Alright, this is Gary. Late September 2025, another day in America. The regime is still, yeah, implementing Project 2025 is still in implementation mode. So, scary, you know. It's sort of spidey sense is starting to spike a little bit or something. Like it's like this is not good. This isn't just an unpopular political organization kind of running the show for a bit and then we'll get back to normal in a bit. It's like this is definitely feeling a little different, you know. Like ICE got increased funding by Congress. That was approved. Okay. But these masked agents that are assaulting people and kidnapping and then extortion, they're committing crimes, whether they're part of a federally funded organization or not. That needs to be investigated by the Department of Justice. But currently, Department of Justice, shit, I should probably pause during an airplane. I gotta get better at this. Alright, I think plane's gone. Unless another one's coming. Anyway, currently, Department of Justice is just like a defense counsel for one very specific high profile client who's a very dubious client at best. Lawyers kind of avoid him as best they can because he tends to not pay his bills and such, and he's a known nefarious character, has been for decades. He became a game show host, though, in the early 2000s, a few years after another bankruptcy. Yeah. I'm not really sure how very specific details of a very specific person can just be kind of avoided and deflected with a simple Democrat socialism, Kamala Harris, and then words in between them. And I don't really get how that works. It doesn't really work on me, but I haven't really come up with a, I don't know, coherent, I guess, response. This is just it's day by day. This is weird. It's fucked up. It's no good. Donald John Trump used to host a game show, and at the height of the show's fame, he started saying dumb racist stuff about Barack Obama. But that was just a kind of a common thread of the guy. It, like it goes way, way back. Him being racist, but in a more subtle way, or something, I guess. You know, he's a wealthy white guy with a suit, so that means he's not the same as David Duke. But I don't really know why, because he leans into it, you know. But that goes way back. I was 9 when I saw him on television demanding 5 teenagers be executed for a crime they were later exonerated for. He knew they were guilty because of their skin color. So I was 9. Yeah. How did that guy write a book? I said out loud as a 12-year-old when Art of the Deal came out. Because, you know, he's so dumb. Why are people buying it? Yeah, he was sort of the earliest sort of, I don't know. Maybe this place isn't all it's cracked up to be thing or something. That kind of the earliest kind of, because he was very famous when I was a kid, but famous for bankrupting companies and cheating on his wives and being kind of vulgar and kind of arrogant. When you're living in a trailer park and base housing as a kid, and then there's this person on TV bragging about how wealthy they are, and then you see people busting their ass just to squeak by, it tends to get ingrained in your mind. Yeah. When the news tells us about his 4th or 5th bankruptcy, and then they let us know that banks are going to stop lending him money because they're so poorly run, you get a sense of relief. I'm not going to hear about that dumb shit anymore. I was in my late teens. Referencing Donald John Trump. I'm also referencing my own life, my life story, and how it kind of correlates with that particular dubious character. I remember my own sense of relief when the news told us that banks were going to stop lending his companies money. like it was presented at, he's done, he's over. And that's why when, like, whatever what it was, the gap where he was irrelevant, there was a few years there, late 90s till the show started, where he was completely irrelevant. He had nothing going on. He was a has-been. But then he's back. He's making his comeback because he's the host of a new television show. And it's being advertised as reality. But I didn't get it. Like, I'd already graduated from college at the time. But I remember my sense of disappointment in my final year at summer camp. And I go to, like, the, director's house, and they're watching the show. Like, people are actually going to watch it. They know it's farce, though, right? Or is it? Is it satire? Like, what the fuck is it? It's not reality. He just bankrupted another company a few years ago, and that was it. He disappeared for a few years. Now he's back because of the show, not because he has anything going on. How am I supposed to avoid that? This glaring elephant in the room, but more like mountain of shit. That is the guy's biography. But he's in his second term as president, even though now he's a convicted felon. The jury did say yes, he raped a woman. He had the, how is the defense of all that? Woke is dumb. I don't like Kamala Harris. The Democrats. Like, what? It's no good. Fuck. Just don't know anymore. It's just like, wish we just stop accepting so abysmal. I don't know how he got to be propped up that high for this long. I remember it was like just after college, and then that show started. I got a degree in business administration marketing major back in 2005, Eastern Washington University. After a few stints at community college in Central Washington, finally got my degree. Sense of pride in it. And then they just sort of like, then that guy, it makes his comeback in business or whatever, being advertised as a businessman, but he's not good at it. But then there are real life business graduates like trying to be on the show. Like, fuck. So that's all it is. You just got to sell yourself out to the person with the money, no matter how fucking stupid they are. Were all those business graduates on the show smarter than him? Yeah, of course. But he's the one with the money. He's the host. Oh, I fucking hated that stupid show. But yeah, it made his comeback, and man, did he come back. Became a platform for a new wing of the Republican Party, known as MAGA now affectionately. Make America Great Again by going backwards about 200 years or so. We were better in the old days. Duh. Yeah, fuck. That's no, we're better always in the future. In the past, we were better in the future. But we're not right now. We're not so good at all. We're pretty shitty. So hopefully we get out of the shit sooner than later. It's not us at our best. But our best is always in the future. We've never achieved our best, and we won't, because we can always improve. There's no such thing as perfection, so there's always room for improvement. But right now, unfortunately, yeah, like a big enough segment said no, or we give up, or fuck it, or whatever they did. I don't. I try to get into the mental gymnastics of one thinking that Donald John Trump is a good, righteous, decent human being that's out there protecting the interest of regular people, and I just don't understand how one gets there. Specifically, if you profess to subscribe to the teachings of Jesus, say, or even Buddha, or any religion really, just about any ethos. You went to Boy Scouts as a kid. I'm one of those. Yeah. I can't support that guy. I'm too aware of him. Know too much information about him, going way, 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 way back to single-digit age. Don't vote Democrat if you don't like them. Go Libertarian. They're an option for the conservative folk. I hope people wake up soon. It's getting pretty crazy out there. But I'm hopeful. Onward and upward. Peaceful and quickly. Amen.